Level 92, the Shape of Peace. Wiplomat thinks it's time to gather her allies for the road ahead. I still haven't had one bite of Namika's food thanks to Papa's nonsense, so I'm going back to finish my plate before I head out. I've otherwise asked everyone to meet at the Forard cabins. Come and join us after you've had a moment to recover, eh? Forard cabin. Wait your companions and continue with the rite of succession? Yes. Sorry to keep everyone waiting. Is that it? You're all set to go? I left Eorzea prepared to travel in search of work, so I had few belongings to begin with. Bidding farewell to my fellow artisans took rather a lot of time, however. Again, I appreciate you making this commitment, Fongentin. Shall we depart for Earthenshire, then? Word before you go. Bookavoo, what are you doing here? I spend my days correcting manners, and here I am perpetrating the grave offense of delaying the third promise's departure. Please take up your axe and rend my flesh unto taco meat. Must your demands be so gruesome? Besides, I told you that kind of thing doesn't bother me. Alright then, I won't let it bother me either. What was that all about? I'd come to the city to purchase supplies when I spotted your entourage getting ready to leave. You seek the City of Gold, if I'm not mistaken. That's right, it's the final step of the rite of succession. If you know anything about the subject, I'd love to hear it. Allow me to be of service. As you know, legends of the Golden City have been passed down in Tyrol for 1,000 years. Yet when it comes to describing the place itself, the stories do not always agree. Some portray it as one might expect, a glittering metropolis of golden towers. Others suggest it is more unassuming and owes the name to a fabulous treasure hidden at its heart. Every telling, however, has a common thread. Those who go in search of the Golden City do not return. The lesson to be learned from this, the third promise, is that to seek the legend is to court death. I must implore you to proceed with the utmost care. That is all I wish to say. I shall pray for your safe journey. Thank you, Wukavoo. What are we to make of these cautionary tales? If every expedition has ended in tragedy, how then did the Dawn servant find the city and return without incident? Seems the legend originated with the Yakyoi. Speaking with them remains our strongest lead, I feel. The lead we shall follow in time, but first let us see Fongentin safely into Moplin's care. Meanwhile, in Kozamauka,
finding a willing artisan was even easier than expected. Many indeed are eager to curry favor with the Resilient Sun, especially if it means sharing the promise of new territories.
Those who prove useful will have all the land they desire.
Such generous words, yet the manner in which he speaks them. If neither wealth nor territory are of value, wherefore does he seek to bring the world to heel?
Step aside.
Remind me. There was no rule against poaching craftsmen from other claimants. Was there?
Do not be foolish, Bakul Jaja.
Foolish would be carrying on with these dull feats when all I need to win are the keystones. And besides, it's long past time I humble this arrogant one-head. The Dawntrail may have sired you against all odds, but there is nothing blessed about your birth. Only a two-head is fit to rule. Only we are worthy. Draw your weapon! Face me in battle, and learn your place.
A moment, first promise. Leave him alive, if you would. I foresee a use for this nuisance.
Too scared to make the first move? Then allow me! But he's just a runt.
My thanks for your restraint.
I can kill him whenever I please.
Damn.
Your part in this is far from over.
We're back, and we brought with us a willing potsworn. This is Fonfontaine, a talented goldsmith who once worked at S Times Aesthetics in Ul'dah. Wonderful, impressive. You were first to return, Third Promise. With an artisan from across the salt, no less. We welcome you and your unique skills to Earthenshire. Helpan will show you to the workpot. This is it, then. I look forward to hearing you proclaim Dawn Servant. Thank you, Fonfontaine. I'll be sure not to disappoint you. You have reached meet the requirements of the feat of pots. Ready Rock presents your keystone with joy, smiles, and well-wishing. That makes 3. More pot-sworn candidates. Come, tell Ready Rock your tales. Another feat accomplished, another keystone acquired. Oh, you are doing well. I expected nothing less of Zorojah's esteemed siblings. Your cleverness in particular is most admirable, second promise. We must have you apply that Charlian knowledge you so cherish and arm Taral with weapons of Magitech design. In your role as the new Dawn Servant's chief advisor, of course. Tools of war hold no interest for me. I wish only to improve our nation through practical innovation. Foreign powers will think twice about testing our strength once Tuliolol is known for its advanced technology. Just as the Garlean Empire was deterred from invading Charlian. That may well be true, but how long will it take Tuliolol to progress to this advanced state? How many years? With a collective commitment to education and hard work, it should not take so very... Your way is too slow. Easier to expand our territory and swallow Charlian whole. Conquer other nations through force of arms, and you're looking at a future of uprisings and bloodshed. Yours wouldn't be the first failed empire. Then we keep fighting until the mounting costs convince them to lay down their weapons, until all have grown tired of loss. How would such an outcome bring anyone joy? What you propose is a mockery of peace. Ready Rock is reminded of days long ago. In the time before Tuliolol, there were no pot packs for pot sworn. It was normal to grab snatch artisans and force them to work for mobbies. Till the day Galul Jaja arrived, the families of the grab snatch pleaded with him, and so he came to Earthenshire. Mobbies are not warm-make people. We feared death had come for us, but Galul Jaja just wanted to talk. Be at ease, we are here to trade words, not blows. The gold work crafted in this village is superb. One can tell at a glance the quality of materials used, the mastery of technique employed. Yet it does not stir the heart. A goblet shaped by bound hands and broken spirit is devoid of luster. Compare that now to the works of a joyful artisan. She pours her very soul into her creations, and they shine like the newly risen sun. Have you not seen this to be true? So began the custom of good living. Happy pot sworn make good works, and good works make mobbies happy. Galul Jaja's words were wise. Joy smiles did indeed bring fine craft and much jingly shine. So the head of reason was behind the forging of pot packs. Yes, reason and clever think changed Mobby's way of life. First Promise tires of your talk of olden days. He would rather look to the future and the next feat. He should be getting on as well. Cool Jaja never did come back, did he? Do you have a moment, Third Promise? Kakarot would repay you for hand helping with Kahi. He brings a tale of the Golden City. Really, I'd love to hear it. The towers, the streets, all fashioned from gold. Everywhere you look, every splendor you can imagine. The young, the old, and everyone in between, they live in golden happiness, a city of eternal bliss, forever perched above the clouds. Everything fashioned from gold, eh? Just imagine everyone living in golden happiness. Now that's a city I'd like to visit. Excuse me, Rakarok, where did you hear that particular tale? From our longtime Yakyoi friends. They live up in the mountains in Urkapacha. The giants again? Seems everything is pointing us their way. This feat and everything leading up to it has taught me much about the Moblin way of life. I'll be sad to leave Earthenshire and your joy smiles behind. Right, we should go and see the giants next. Agreed, golden mysteries notwithstanding, their village is featured prominently in the saga and is not to be ignored. Urkapacha Highland should be easy enough to reach from here. If we leave Earthenshire from the west, there's a road which leads up into the mountains. Let's find that first. New area? Like the trail is going to get steep from here on in. I hope everyone is ready for some climbing. Third Promise. I'm glad I caught you. Ready Rock asked me to bring you back to the village. He says there's something she forgot to give you. Huh? Something other than the keystone? Yes, an item of great importance, or so I was told. It shouldn't take long if you would please follow me. Crap. Wonder what this is all about. Well, no need for everyone to come. I'll be back in a little while. Let her go alone. Doesn't sound like us. This is taking quite a while. Just keep waiting for now, I suppose. Perhaps there were complications. Well, let us wait a little while longer. We're not that far from it. It's getting a little ridiculous. Did she get lost on the way back to find us? But how? There's only one road. Wouldn't underestimate Wuklamot's sense of direction or lack thereof. Fortunately, she has a link pearl. Let's see what's keeping her, shall we? She's not responding. Perhaps we should all return to Earthenshire. It was Ready Rock who had business with her, yes? Back again so soon? Come looking for Wuklamot. Did you not send someone to fetch her? Ready Rock did not. Neither has she seen the third promise since you were last here. And who was that man who came for her? Oh, I thought you'd left already. Where's Lamachi? Is she not with you? You don't know where she is? How could you let this happen? That thou shouldst worry for thy sister is understandable, yet rather than assign blame, thine energies are better spent on locating her. I will help you search. This is not how I'd wished a fellow claimant to lose the contest, my sister least of all. In that case, dividing our forces will allow us to cover more ground. Billy and I should work together at least, the better to facilitate communication between our groups. The rest of us will split up. Report in should you find anything. We'll be on our way as well. Right, keep in touch. Come, we should begin our search. Level 92, The Shape of Peace, complete. Level 92, Lost Promise. Kawano is anxious to begin the search for Wuklamot. If Yamachi was returning to Earthenshire from the west, then she should have passed through here, except Ready Rock swears she didn't see her. In which case, it is entirely possible that Lamachi never made it back to the village at all. The only way to be certain is to ask the sentry stationed at the opposite entrance. The third promise, Mabi has been standing at his post with diligent eye-watching, says he has seen no claimants pass this way. What of Tonawata and with brightly colored hair? Mabi knows something of this one. He hears tongue claps about a Pelu peddler and many fires who was attacked by a crazy hair bandit on the road. Bandit, you say? Thank you, you've been most helpful. My sister is clearly not here, though I wish it were otherwise. We must consider the possibility that the Tonawatan messenger and the brigand described by the sentry are one and the same, and that Lamachi is in very real danger. Come, let us hurry to Many Fires. I'd like a word with this peddler should they still be around. Delayed peddler. Is there something I could help you with? I'm told you were the victim of a bandit attack. Could you recount exactly what happened? My goodness, I thought I recognized you. I'll tell you everything I remember, second promise. It was that scoundrel Walkessa who ambushed me. You know the name of your attacker? There's no mistaking that hair. All my peddler friends have stories of that notorious bandit leader and his predations. Walkessa and his gang will stoop to any low for the sake of a few pel, and with no fresh quarry coming up with the broken stairs, they've had to become more creative. Little wonder he went after Lamachi. He likely thinks to ransom her for a royal sum. Expect he'll soon make his demands, but I don't intend to wait. We'll find this villain first and deliver his deserved payment in person. Could say you to a small deception. I will assume the role of a well-to-do merchant to lure Walkessa out of hiding. Then when he comes sniffing about, we catch the rat by the tail. Excellent plan, and I have just the right garments for your disguise, at a specially discounted price, of course. Brush with the bandits hasn't dampened your mercantile spirit, I see. Very well, I accept your generous deal. Now we lay the bait. I will precede you into many fires to make my presence known. You follow on behind, boasting to those along the way how you paid me a hefty purse in exchange for a rare gemstone or some such. If Walkessa is as coin-hungry as they say, then a recently enriched peddler should be an irresistible mark. We let him strike, and then we spring our trap. Time to play our parts. Follow Kana's lead and try not to fall behind. Follow me. There, that drow fellow. Share with him how happy your imaginary deal with me has made you. Once you put on an appropriate display, we can continue our next performance. Yeah. Rare gemstone from that Hesaro merchant, you say? I envy the profit he must have made from such a sale. Since the stairs were destroyed, I've not been able to peddle goods at my usual haunts. Good start, but I would make certain Walkessa is aware of me. Let's continue. That moblin over there looks amenable to conversation. The stage is yours. The Hetzero sold you a sparkle stone for your collection? Well, that explains your giant joyous smiles. Mobby is happy for your happiness. Mobby is also jealous of the merchant and all the jiggly shine he must have made. That should be enough, but perhaps one last act to drive it home. You see that cheerful Pelu? Tell him the tale of your precious gemstone, and then we'll be done with this part of the charade. Needs. Passing peddler had the very gemstone you sought for your collection. That is a stroke of luck. And I'll wager the merchant was just as pleased to fill his pockets with your grateful coin, eh? Well, I'm inspired to go and earn some pel of my own. Who knows, maybe opportunity will find me, even if it as it found you. Ah, my most valued customer, the profit from that single purchase of yours should see me through weeks of idle leisure. Traveling with such a fat purse and no sell swords is tempting fate, so I shall make Earthenshire my last stop and then return forthwith to Tuliolo. You see, the rat has come for a nibble. Oh, I'm just walking around with so much money. You played your part to perfection, a woman of many talents, just as Thancred and Urianger described. Now let us lure Wawakessa out and spring our trap. Level 92, Lost Promise, complete. Level 92, A Brother's Duty. Goano wishes to execute the final stage of his plan. Let us execute the final stage of the plan. I'll set out towards Earthenshire alone and unarmed, the better to sell the act of defenseless merchant. Assuming Wawakessa is watching, he will likely wait for some quiet stretch of the road before accosting me. I'll be relying on you to follow closely behind, remaining hidden until the time comes to spring the trap on our bandit king. Just remember, we need him alive. Kill me. I hear business has been good to you, Master Merchant. How about you share some of the profits? And by some, I mean every coin you have. You're that gemstone collector. Oh, I see what this is. We've been tricked. Spit in your eye, man. Kill these Vidral. Slippery vermin will have to interrogate his underlings instead. If you would be so kind, pray leave them capable of speech. Simple enough. I was hoping to talk with your boss, but I suppose you three will have to do. Wait, that's the second promise. What do you want with us? Think I'm scared of a fancy title? I'll take your royal ears as a trophy as soon as I get free of these ropes. Know your gang is behind my sister's abduction. Tell me where she is. Eat pack of shit, salt lover. You'll get not answers from us. That's right. We don't serve you. Now play games with me. Where is Wooklamat? I am fast losing patience. Talk now or die. The choice is yours. We were hired to nab the third promise, that's all. We don't know where they took her. Hired by whom? We weren't told that either. Only Wawakesa knows. He's the one who took the job. Well, it seems we needed their leader after all. Once I've arranged for the Landsguard to take custody of these criminals, I'll call on Thancred and his tracking skills, but perhaps you could pursue Wawakesa in the meantime. Bandit was running in an easterly direction. Should you locate him, I suggest you shadow him rather than force a confrontation. He might lead us to where Lamachi is being held. Follow Wawakesa from a distance. The objective will end in failure if you are noticed or fall too far behind. Should your quarry begin displaying the effects shown in the picture, you will be discovered when he turns around. To avoid detection at these times, make use of cover such as rocks and trees. The objective will also end in failure if you follow too closely. Keep your quarry in sight, but avoid stepping into the detection circle. If you fail to complete the objective, you may try again by returning to the designated location. So he's about to turn around. Fine. Guess I can hide behind these trees. And for you. Yay. Finally, my money. Give it to me now. The Landsguard may be hunting us already. Calm yourself. We had our own troubles finding a suitable hideaway. Right. We're finished. Take your prize and leave me out of the rest. Such hostility. You were hurting for coin and I offered you gainful employment out of the kindness of my heart. Kindness? You brought a blackened tempest upon us. One look and I could tell that woman was a killer, a butcher, a salted devil in the flesh. Oh, spare me your fearful bleeding. Go on, scamper away now before the scary mercenary comes to claim your head. Joanna told me the news. You found the abductor then? What's the situation? And you think the bandits were hired by the Hubigo? Alright, new strategy. Forget Walkessa and stay on the Mamul Jaw's tail. We don't want to endanger the third promise, so keep your distance until we're certain they have her. I'll catch up to you as soon as I'm able. Follow Hubigo from a safe distance. The objective will end in failure if you are noticed or if you fall too far behind. If you fail to complete the objective, you may try again by surveying the designated location. Just not sure how far back I can be. Be complete.
Better late than never. That Mamulja. He's the one who kidnapped Wook Lamart.
So we're still unsure. If we can follow him a bit longer, confirm his connection to the abductors. That will complicate matters.
Confound it!
If I set out now, I can trail them along the riverbank.
Do it!
Even if it costs you the contest.
What worth is the throne if I lose my sister to win it?
Oh.
Very well then. I'll send word when I locate her. Till then, I suggest you save your strength. A rescue attempt could turn ugly.
That Hubigo just now. I swear I've seen him with Bakul Jaja. Knowing the way that monster works, he probably hired bandits to kidnap her so he could steal her keystones. But even alone, my sister is more than a match for a gang of untrained ruffians. She must have been ambushed or deceived. Gah! I should have been there! If those bastards have hurt her!
Need to calm down. Be patient. Trust in Thancred. Thought you were the cool-headed one.
And what exactly is that supposed to... Forgive me. Snapping at you won't get my sister back. I'm afraid I've always been like this when it comes to Lamachi. The thought of her being in danger sends me into a panic. But isn't that how families should be? These days, Turali Mikote live however they please. But the clan into which I was born kept to the nomadic traditions of our ancestors. They herded their own neck across the plains, always moving with the seasons. During one such migration, my birth parents left me behind. A child. All alone. Without a single word of explanation.
Okay.
A chance encounter with a kind Pelu merchant was the only reason I survived. Taking pity on me, he taught me his trade that I might fend for myself. I became a stallkeeper in Tuliyolal's market. And that is where the Dawn servant found and adopted me. I had already been in the palace some time when Lamachi came to join us. Like me, she had been cast aside by her parent. I knew the pain of solitude and wanted to spare her that suffering. As this tiny child's new brother, I swore I would always be there for her. So, as you might now understand, I will stop at nothing to rescue her. While we await word from Thancred, I suggest we prepare ourselves to travel downriver. You have a boat, yes? Why release the Panity if not to delay pursuit? If we were unsure of their guilt before, then this surely proves it. Before we act, however, let us regroup with your comrades. Would you mind making the call?
Understood. We'll meet you at many fires.
I may have put rescuing Lamachi ahead of my own progress, but do not take that to mean I've given up on the contest. You understand how important she is to me, yet regardless of how close we were, I would have made this same choice. After all, I am incapable of saving my sister while also winning the throne, then I am not fit to inherit our father's heavy mantle. Level 92, A Brother's Duty, complete. Level 92, Feeding the River. Koana wishes to gather your companions for the upcoming rescue mission. We need to gather our forces. Firstly, allow me to brief everyone on our present situation. Thus, at the very least, we believe this Hubigo knows where Lamachi has been taken. Thancred is shadowing their boat even as we speak, and I should like to join him with all haste. Fortunately, our quarry had the foresight to release your unity from its harness, leaving us without a means to give pursuit. Aaronville, as an expert on wildlife, what are our chances of recapturing the beast? With the right mix of feed, it can be done. I should like an extra hand to help scatter it about, however. Did you accompany him? Meanwhile, the rest of us should work on getting the harness repaired. It appears to have been damaged when the Punity was let loose. With all the peddlers here in camp, we should have little trouble purchasing replacement materials. As for any necessary metalwork, Earthenshire's artisans are but a short walk away. Let us divide the task and have at it. There was an unusually aggressive herd of wild Puniotes downriver, so our girl will have fled in the opposite direction. Come, we'll try the waters upriver. Around. Assuming our Punity has come this way, she'll be hiding in the depths of Marsh Ligaka. We'll need to lure her back to the shallows with the promise of food. Wild Punities eat mainly aquatic grasses and plants, but the tame ones are often fed vegetable scraps. Knowing this, I added leftovers to the feed I prepared. This should help the mixture stand out against the marsh's natural scents. Ligaka is crawling with predators, however, so I'll leave it to you to scatter the feed deeper in. I'll be waiting for you near the shallows with the rest of our Punity's enticing feast. Look, way down, huh? Scatter Aaronvale's punitive feet along the water's edge. Scatter Aaronvale's punitive feet along the water's edge. All set. I've just finished laying out the last of the bait. Step back out of sight and leave the rest to me. Here she is. There's nothing to be afraid of. We just need you to help one last time. You're hungry, I wager. Come on, come with me. Yes, there's a good girl. We'll be fine here, I think. I'll give her a few more treats, then lead her over to the boat. You can let Koana know we have our punity back. Aaronville has the punity in hand, then? Good. I expected nothing less from a certified gleaner. As for the harness, we were able to purchase all the parts we need. The Levier twins are over in Earthenshire right now having the Podsworn make the repairs. Told it shouldn't take long. We'll be ready to embark on our rescue mission as soon as we hear from Thancred. Level 92, Feeding the River. Complete. Level 92, Sibling Rescue. Koana is nervously awaiting the call from Thancred. Thancred must know something by now. Found her? Understood, thank you. I had but to invoke his name. Thancred followed by the Hubigo's boat to its destination and confirmed that they are indeed holding my sister captive. They, of course, being Bakul Jaja and his minions. I swear I will make them regret this. Lamachi is in rich leaf tunnels. The moment the harness is repaired, we strap in the Punichi and make our way back down to Igotamtamo.
Thancred.
The third promise is up ahead. She's unharmed, but we best not dally.
I spit on these pathetic feats. Far more satisfying to claim their baubles by force.
Give it back! Forzenten poured his everything into that stone. You've no right to touch it.
Oh, was that the name of your artisan?
How could you allow something so precious to be stolen?
You thieving cheat! You're no true claimant!
What does that make the foolish kitty who fell into my trap? If pitiful roars were all it took to claim the throne, you'd be first in line. Now, brother. You shouldn't tease her. Look, the poor thing's on the verge of tears. Meow. Someone save me. Who did that?
His scales are as thick as his skulls.
Coward! You dare ambush me?
'Tis the blessed sibling's favorite tactic.
That useless Buddha was sycophant. He was supposed to keep the lackeys running in circles.
Oh, you must tell me all about that.
Careful now. You wouldn't want to hit her hostage.
That one's not to be underestimated.
They can do nothing while we have.
Impeccable timing.
Amachi, are you all right?
Aye, thanks to you.
These weaklings think they can defy us? We'll slaughter the lot of them!
Patience, brother. The keystone is ours. There is no need to fight this day. And Zoralja has left us hurting.
No! I won't stop until I gut these maggots and feed them their entrails!
If we fall here, we fail our siblings for nothing. Is that what you want?
No, brother. Break off! We retreat!
Wait! Ah! Damn you, Bakul Jaja!
He's got a stone.
Do we give chase?
We head back. Hamachi is safe. And that is what matters.
I'm glad to see you unharmed, Lamachi. Thanks again for coming to my rescue, Kona. And all of you, too. Bakul Jaja must be desperate indeed to resort to such aggressive tactics. I shouldn't have been so careless. I underestimated him and it cost me a keystone. Argentine upended his life so that I could accomplish the Moblin's feat. He believed in me, believed in my cause, and I've let him down. Contest isn't over yet, so we take back what was stolen. We won't let Bakul Jaja get away with this. Yes, we'll do exactly that. Next time I meet that brute, I'll knock him straight on his scaly behind and take back my keystone. Speaking of vengeance, didn't Bakul Jaja curse some useless Bunawa sycophant when he caught a sight of us? A reference to Saril Jah, I would assume. He is devoted to our brother and is the only Bunawa I know of participating in the rite of succession. Saril Jah was somehow involved in this. We'll never forgive him for putting our sister in danger. He will have forfeited his right to be called brother. Bakul Jaja should face punishment, of course, but so must the bandits who had the temerity to abduct Lamachi. I shall request that Father send a contingent of Landsguard to enforce the law in this region. I agree that measures need be taken to keep travelers safe. But I wonder what pushed these people towards a life of banditry in the first place. If we dig deeper, we might find a way to improve things for everyone. It's something to think about. For now, however, the rite continues. I thank you all for your help. We should be moving on as well. Are you feeling fit to travel, Wuklamat? You bet I am. Zorro Jah has gained a good head start, and it's time we clawed back some lost ground. I really am sorry this happened. From now on, I won't let my guard down around suspicious strangers. Again, I do appreciate you all coming to save me. Level 92, Sibling Rescue, complete.